No, Bernard, Harry, Joe, Ellery's, Pickett Street, Jamaica Street, and this is the way it always will be with you, Perlita and Bernard, is that you're lying carny, con artist, country and western, ghetto life trash. They know Red Randy's operation, Bernard. It's been seen before, and so they circumvent the group of you, and you can Indian fade out and pretend all you want, like you did the last time, but they have evidence and tons of evidence. That's all you'll ever do with the Oyster Cracker Man and the All-American. From the time he started out, all the way down. That's all Joe does, back and forth. There's shit, like I said, Bernard, after what you guys did, you'll never know. So you could profess to be some great being that's all computer might and all this shit, but that's all you'll ever be, Bernard. You guys didn't want the good way, the fun way from the beginning, Bernard. You wanted to be badass ghetto gangsters. And they don't do that, Bernard. She don't do that. She doesn't do country and western. She don't do the problems that you, Bernard LaFaga-LaChance, have always created. So they're letting you have it, and the carny noise and all that, but you're inbred sick. That's all the Oyster Cracker Man does. And now go get rid of it. Go hide back in the houses. All of it. Shh. Robo Knight, you are a rapist piece of trash thief. I wouldn't use your stuff or Bernard's or any Jim Hall, Bill Duvall stuff if it was the last thing on earth. You told them yourself, Robo Knight. You wanted them to die. I'd much rather die. So that's what you guys got. So you could profess with Perlita about how great you are, Bernard. The turquoise, the peach, the blue, the red, many times the rainbow. The point is, Bernard, the way you all initiated it with Dave and all those people in the first place sucks. If it would work, then it'd be working now. It would have never broke, Bernard. I'm tired of it, dude. You guys run a torture chamber. So once you know that, Bernard, that they know and she's known that it's all you guys have done and it's never worked since. Crying sympathy, we're corny. Oh, sympathy for us. Now we're LGBT sympathy corny. Bernard, the simple fact that people got to hear that shit, I tell you fucking no. The way the world operates, I would tell most of you no. Because you didn't have respect for what was already out here in the first place, which has always been the case. When the boys or any of the girls came out here to try to prove what was really here, and all of you adults or your gangsters stand in the way. You didn't want it the real way, Bernard. Most of you parents freaked out, ripped it out. That's what I mean by once in a lifetime thing, one time all algorithm. If you're not willing to tough it through that one, then how are you going to be able to do any of the other ones that you can't see or don't know of yet? Like I said, Ellery pretty much encased you all on the planet to be in a prison, the way his atheism works. So, Bernard, if it was some religious culture other than like Israeli or, Muslim or whatever that you never heard of, how would you ever fucking know? How would you ever know? That's my whole point. They did what you guys wanted, Christian rock and roll, man. Totally in defiance the whole time. You run torture chambers. You probably got droves of bodies and heads sitting there doing pop, click, pop, click, click, click. The sole fact that she even knows that, I would tell you no, Bernard. The sole fact that you were abusive to beings, whether you knew if they were robots or not, Bernard. You sit there with the same attitude as you always have, Bernard. Well, I was the first to bitted bat. Anything is the bitted robot. Do you know what kind of... That's why I cut you guys out. Bitted. Steely of the bitted. Stolen the bitted kids. You're crying for basically, Perlita, because you want to hold people hostage and make a demand to fix something that you all moved in and broke. You can't just stamp your name on it. Quinn won. I won. I'm Jehovah God. The sole fact that Elton and Ellery announced themselves as God is probably the biggest mistake. So she put, even though she's a raver, she put her kids in country and western for you, Joe. She did it for you, Karen, but you guys don't know her. Notice how I've had, more, like I said, more friends that are girls that I haven't had sex with, as opposed to you who use it for trophy fucking. So maybe your battle isn't about how many got laid, or the number you get laid, Bernard. That's why even with Alyssa, Jordan, and Perlita and Georgiana, I'd say no, because you guys use those four as your weapon, Bernard. Oh, now it's 3, now it's just... You are so fucking prison fag fucking obsessed, Bernard. And sit the carny knee bowed down. I tell you no on that premise alone. The whole point is, man, to disconnect, get the super hottie chicks, and they're figuring it out anyway, Bernard. If you haven't been able to figure that point out yet, they're not waiting for you all or men anymore, because they know Bernard LaFagala-Chance and the Robo Rapist Knight and Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, and Country and Western have fucked them over so many times. They know what you men's obsession is, and trying to obtain it, you guys couldn't even hit it within 1,000 miles, man. They know the split, Bernard. Because if you're carny, they don't want to be carny carved. They don't want you guys poking their asses or their eyes. When are you going to get it, Bernard? The chances of man, any male with a penis, a success with that, like I said yesterday, but Dave, that one, she's gorgeous. But by the time you have attained it, you'd be the brokest man in the world for the rest of your fucking existence, dude. And then you would call it love, man. You would be paying for that one forever. So how is it real, Bernard? You just went and found Perlita and said, this has to be the one, Quinn one, so we can do Gangster Ghetto. That's all. Like I said, they're lining you up, Red Ratty, with Coca-Cola Joe and Karen and the Pepsi Center and the Jacksons. Even though, Bernard, that was the thing that made everybody sick, because your defiance against the Schwartzes. So, if the Freemans were anti-Schwartz or Faust, or Miller, I wonder which ones you actually stole it from, or if you're anti-McBride, or whatever. So basically, if you guys would have just held through the process, you all would have got what you wanted. But there goes Bernard and Eller and all Joe and them back to Israel to start over the tank again. I wonder what happened there. The fight over Disney? Korea, man. Be careful, Harry, when you say the rising sun, because you're a Westerner, and they now know you went over there to kiss ass. And fucking good luck, dude. Because they gave you guys rising sun and ice. And you guys haven't even come close in 1,000 fucking years.